Hey guys, Fusebox back on Raid Shadow Legends, and sorry I've been gone. I've been on call. It's been a rough week, a lot going on, and I got bit by a brown recluse and have a giant hole on my wrist, and it's pretty nasty. I've been trying, no superpowers yet. Or did I get some superpowers? They got me on all kinds of meds, and this one gives me adverse effects to direct sunlight or artificial sunlight, so technically I'm a vampire. But I'm glad to be back on the game, and today King Fork is looking to get in on Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, so the biggest goal here would be to get a 3 key on Ultra Nightmare and at least a 1 key on Nightmare so he can start getting that good loot, help his clan out along the way. And real quick, big shout out to this clan, Dunder Mifflin. That's what I'm talking about. A nice Office reference, great show. I'm sure this clan is a pretty amazing clan. So we're going to go ahead and start looking. Let's look at the good, the bad, and how we're going to make this work out. So the best thing here is I was checking and we've got all the right books in all the right places. Maneater is booked out, ready to go, and has a pretty close speed for the team that I'm about to be looking at building. So we have two options to go with Maneater. We can use Sir Nick or we can use Warcaster. Did I check the books on Sir Nick? Yeah, okay, so we're booked out here too. I do think that Sir Nicholas will probably, if we have the right gear, do more damage than Warcaster. But whoever we can get putting out the most damage at the right speed, we'll go ahead and use. Both will work perfectly fine. Probably leaning towards Sir Nick. We don't have much silver, so we're not going to be able to do like perfect gear rolls. But if we get it functioning, it shouldn't be too hard to get 25 million per hit on Ultra Nightmare, which is more than enough to get that 3 key, leaving a key for Nightmare every day. So I'm looking at DPS. We want to be able to at least break defense. One option that is hard to beat is Farrakhan the Fat. He'll up our crit rate. He'll our crit damage. He'll give us an allied attack. He brings a couple poisons, and he does break defense. So with an HP burn, 2 poisons, breaking defense, we have another option. We have two options that I'm working through. We have another allied attack that brings weaken, so we have all of our debuffs up. But I really think if we bring in Septimus and we use his ability to extend those debuffs, and when the clan boss is over 50% HP, he actually hits harder, I think we're going to get a lot of big hits if we bring in Septimus and keep those poisons and break defense up more often. I think that's the route I want to take, and we're going to make this team work much faster with much lower speeds by doing the old trick that I did for my buddy Bruiser and bringing in Apothecary. We'll be able to keep our speeds a lot lower than if we bring in Painkeeper, and I think this is going to be our easiest bet. We have about 9-10 million silver. We do have the ability to make more. He's got plenty of gear to go through, so we can kind of thin that out and make more silver. So hopefully we can push the damage out. We'll see about looking at our masteries and what we can do with those too. A lot of them are set up very well. I did notice that we're set up pretty good, at least usable on most of our unkillable builds. So we'll kind of look into that. Anyways, I appreciate you letting me on. I know it's sometimes hard to trust somebody to get on your account, but I appreciate it. Let me kind of do a deeper dive and then we'll get back on it. So hold the phone. We might be able to do something a little bit better. He does have Seeker, and he has him at least he's been taken up to 6-star. So we might not be completely ascended, but if I can get the speeds out of his gear, I may have to strip all of the gear off of all of your heroes. I'm so sorry. But if we can make you the Batman team, you'll be going 2 for 1 against the clan boss. Now, it's not affinity friendly without a cleanser, and I usually prefer to have Doom Priest. I'll have to dig and see if you have a Doom Priest. But when you're not affinity, this is just one of the best teams, full auto. It's going to absolutely wreck, even if our gear is not optimal, because getting the speeds, I'm not going to be able to get amazing crit damage gloves on everybody, but going 2 for 1 means a lot of damage. So I'm going to have to dig and see what I can do. I didn't realize Seeker was involved here, so I think we can do the Batman team, and I really think you'll be pleased with it. So before I put the gear on, I'm going to have to roll some gear up, kind of try it on and see how many pieces I have, because everybody has to go really fast, like from about 270, and the slowest person on the team will be around 220. So if we got enough speed gear, I really think that's the way we're going to go. Definitely excited though. If we get it, it's my favorite team in the game. I mean, 2 Man-Eaters does kind of beat it out just because you don't have to worry about affinity. But I think this is going to be the route that's going to make you the happiest. So let me keep digging. This could take some time.
I lift my head, say a prayer for a righteous man. I bow my heart for the woman I will meet his hand, and for the children of a lost man. They're drinking dirty water, choking on your words, poisoned by the well that you got them drinking from. They're drinking dirty water, drinking dirty water. You're feeding them lies, feeding them lies, feeding them lies, feeding them lies. I left my change on the table where I met his lies. The blind man screams, I got the cure that can fix your eyes, and got the key to the free life. They're drinking dirty water, choking on your words, poisoned by the well that you got them drinking from. They're drinking dirty water, drinking dirty water. Feeding them lies, feeding them lies, feeding them lies, feeding them lies. Oh. Sticks and stones are breaking bones, the words are killing souls. Sticks and stones are breaking bones, you're killing everyone you love. Sticks and stones are breaking bones, but your words are killing souls.
Okay, so this turned into an all-nighter. It's so tough to keep that stun target when you're using Sir Nick instead of Tower. So what happens is around turn 14, everybody starts hitting near 0 health. Well, Warcaster takes one of his moves with a continuous heal before we take that hit. So he only gets 1 continuous heal, whereas Septimus gets 2. So I have to get the HP pool big enough that Warcaster heals for at least twice as much as Septimus, so that Septimus stays my stun target. I think I've got the math worked out, so hopefully we're going to skip in a couple rounds and go towards the end of this, because there's still some improvements we can make, but this team should do amazing damage.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me, take me on down the river where the kids can't find a red-handed sinner, on where the grave can't cry.
Right here is where he uses up one of his continuous heals, and then we go to 0 HP. 3500 we heal twice with Septimus, so I have to beat that with 1 heal. So 8000 plus we've got Life Drinker, and we've got an Immortal set. That should keep Warcaster away from being the stun target when he gets his next move. But it is tight. It is so tight. We'll come back. It's working out so far. And we'll come back and make sure everything's still going smooth further on down. So here's the thing. Basically, I'm at a fail. It's a good team. And right now it can actually do a 2-key even when it doesn't go all the way. The problem is we're so close. Our HP pool for Warcaster is a little bit too big, and when he heals up sometimes it doesn't quite beat the threshold of Septimus. If I had more silver and more gear, I could make this consistent. I'm gonna keep trying.
Down the river with the hand on a cold tan, a finger on the trigger, and before Tony try to find me, so take me on down. Take me on down.
No counterattack there, so we didn't heal up extra. Now when we hit, if we don't hit War Master, we did. But even with War Master, we're barely gonna make it. We might not. Barely. Just barely. And that was with hitting War Master. I don't know if I can call this a success, because if I were to not proc War Master, I do believe that Warcaster becomes my stun target. I just don't know if this is actually a success, a fail, or somewhere in between. If we had more silver, more gear, we could roll up more pieces, we could get this to work. But if we did more damage, a lot more damage with Warcaster, he would heal up just fine. It looks great. The team is tuned right. We're doing a lot of damage, but there's still that dangerous point right here. He burns through one of his continuous heals. We go to 0, and if he doesn't get an extra turn here, which he did not, and if he doesn't proc War Master, when he procs War Master, we're like just barely surviving. We did proc it. And then he'll come back around, the Mortal Gear will actually give him a little more health, just enough to be above Septimus, just enough. But if I don't hit War Master, I believe the run's over. So I can't call this a success, I don't believe. I'll have to run it multiple times, see how it goes. We're just going to need much more damage out of Warcaster to make sure this doesn't go south. If you make it far enough, it's a 2-key anyway, but see right here, we got the extra hit, but we didn't get War Master. We didn't proc War Master this time, so watch what happens. I don't know if we'll heal enough just from an Immortal set. I don't believe so. That wasn't the stun, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's a good hit. It's tuned right. But if anything goes wrong and we don't heal up enough with Warcaster, it's over. So I don't know if this is really a success. Even when it fails, if you get far enough, it's still a 2 or a 3 key on Ultra Nightmare, but it's so frustrating to be this close. We're gonna finish this one out, which is good. Man, it easily can get a 1 key with this team. It's an amazing team. But I'm gonna try running it a few times to see how consistent it is. And then I'll get back with you. But let's see how it ended up and look at how we could easily get more damage. Basically, everybody needs more damage. Septimus is hitting pretty hard. Everybody else could really use a lot more crit damage and get their crit rate more in line. But absolutely a great team if I can just get it consistent for you. I'm about to pull my hair out. Definitely call that a success though. I mean, this close to a 1 key. It might accidentally get a 1 key. But you can see Seeker, Sir Nicholas, and Warcaster, they're not really doing as much damage as they could or should be doing. But this is absolutely fine if I can just keep Warcaster alive every time. So I'm going to dig into that. Okay, after our first success, we just had another success. Looks like it's going to hit about 63, 64 million by the time it's done. So it's a good team, but I know that it can fail. I know it can fail, so I'm going to not waste this key. I'm going to see what it does on Nightmare, and then see if I can keep beating this fairly consistently. It's full auto on Nightmare, Brutal, and Ultra Nightmare, so I'm going to run Nightmare, see how it looks in here, and still be able to test that consistency. It's going to be the same story, it'll just happen a little bit later, past round 18 or whatever it is. So let me see how this goes. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's dumb luck right now, but with this last rework, we've gone 3 for 3, and we know the speed tune is perfect because now we're on Nightmare. It went right through. We'll go ahead and finish this out. I got you enough gems to get you another key because I want to keep exploring Ultra Nightmare, and I want to see how consistent it is. I know this can fail, and it will fail, but we are definitely knocking it out of the park when it goes all the way. So I'm just gonna keep exploring and see how often we win, how often we lose. Okay, we're back on Ultra Nightmare, and we did it again 4 times in a row. What I'm doing is I've got Allied Attack lined up to give him an extra chance to proc War Master. He's, getting counterattacks. I know that this can fail, but I'm gonna watch it one more time. I'm gonna save this key, run it again, because I want to know that it's at least gonna get you through most battles. Okay, I finally on the 5th run got it to meet those fail conditions where we didn't get a War Master proc, so it can fail. This definitely can fail, but out of 5 runs, we completed 4 with no problems, and I really believe that in most cases, even if it does fail sometimes, you're easily going to 2-key it. But it could fail anywhere between turn count 20 and 50 if things just don't go right. So it's not perfect. What we got to do is focus on upping the damage of War Master above everybody else. Everybody else is doing a great job. This is a super strong team. But we did fail here. So I'm going to leave this key for you. Let me back out real quick. Okay, what we need on War Master is like an attack banner that he has to have the same speed that he has now. And he needs to be in the same gear he's in now. But we need like an attack chest, attack banner, attack ring. We need crit damage gloves, but we need crit rate rolled up on the other gear. It's going to take silver. It's going to take gear. But I mean, we're hitting hard. The keys that we kept, they're doing great. I just know that I'm going to turn the keys over and you're going to take that first spin and the wheels are going to fall off, though. It definitely can happen. And I don't know how often. It's really hard. I did 4 in a row, missed 1, but it's a pretty solid team. It's pretty consistent. I hate that it's not 100% consistent. I have a little bit of silver, but we just don't have the gear. We just don't have the gear right now. Basically, if I could get this guy around 3,000 attack, right here, 3,000 attack, and maybe like 150% crit damage, I think he could probably make it without War Master procs. But right now, all we got is a defense chest. I'll do a little bit of digging, but I'm about to turn this back over to you. Thank you so much for letting me on. I'm really, really sorry that as of right now, it's stuck where it's not going to complete it every time. There are fail conditions, but it did a really good job. It looks like the majority of the time it's going to do solid. Even if it doesn't go all the way, it's going to do a 2-key. I really believe in most cases you're going to get what you need out of them. Anyways, thanks for letting me do this. I hate that it's not a total success, but it's an amazing team and it's much stronger even when it fails than what we had before. So until next time, enjoy the grind.